Welcome back to Dreamcatcher. Reduce your video quality to 144p and start listening to it. The brief history of Syriac language. Syriac belonged to the Semitic family of languages and is the dialect of Aramaic. Aramaic is one of the oldest languages known to the world. The history of Aramaic goes back to the second millennium BC. In the time of Alexander the Great, Aramaic was the official language of all the nations from Asia Minor to Persia, from Armenia to Arabian. It was divided into two dialects, the Western, used in Palestine and Syria by the Jews, the Eastern, spoken in Babylonia by the Jews and the people of the Upper Mesopotamia. Aramaic is a member of Western Asian family called Semitic group. The name Semitic after Shem, that is Noah's son. Okay. The other members of the family include Ethiopic, Akkadian, Hebrew, Arabic, etc. Among all other Semitic languages, Syriac has preeminence. Aramaic language. The history of Aramaic languages. Aramaic was one of the oldest of all the Semitic languages. There are many reliable and historical evidence about the antiquity of the Aramaic language. The Holy Bible also solemnly testifies its preeminence. When the Holy Bible refers to Laban, the Jacob's maternal uncle, he is styled as an Aramean. The language employed when Jacob made an agreement with Laban was Aramaic. This may be the oldest written document in Aramaic. Abraham and the early fathers used Aramaic even before they settled in the land of Canaan. Aramaic got its name from the region Aram, which is named after Aram, the fifth son of Shem and the grandson of Noah, while Hebrew traces its origin from Heber, the great grandson of Noah. Aram include the present Eastern Asia and the northern Iraq. The inhabitants of Aram was known as Arameans. The language were known as Aramaic. Abraham and other early people spoke Aramaic before they settled in Canaan. Terah, the father of Abraham, with his family left Ur and settled in Padan Aram, where two Aramaic was the spoken language. The Arameans were highly civilized people and they used 22 letters of linear languages. They used this for writing even before 10 BC. When the Assyrians conquered Arameans, their expert clerks were employed in the Assyrian government. The Assyrians were using cuneiform, but when they found that the linear alphabets used by the Aramean clerks are easier than theirs in different aspects, they too adapted the Aramaic alphabet, and thus Aramaic got popularity in Assyria. In the 8th century BC, Assyrians conquered the northern kingdom of Israel and deported most of the inhabitants to Assyria, where Israelites called settled permanently and adopted the local language, Aramaic. In 702 BC, the envoys of the Assyrian king were asked to speak Aramaic by the Jerusalem authority. In the 7th and 6th century of BC, when Nebuchadnezzar invaded the kingdom of Judah Judah and enslaved their natives to Babylonia. Their spoken language also was Aramaic. During and after this Babylonian exile, Aramaic was continued as the spoken language of the Jewish people, and in fact, Hebrew was transplaced by Aramaic. During the Chaldean Empire, the Aramaic became the common language of the Western Asia. The Persian succeeded to the Chaldeans in the 6th century BC and established the empire. Aramaic became the official language of this empire. In the 4th century BC, Aramaic became the commercial and official language of the nation of Western Asia, from the Asia Minor to Persia and from Armenia to Arabic Peninsula. Aramaic became a biblical language. How did Aramaic become a biblical language? After the Babylonian captivity, Hebrew became a dead language. So the people could not understand the reading of the Bible in the synagogues. So after reading the Holy Scriptures in Hebrew, they were translated to Aramaic to be intelligible to the younger generation and to the common people. Okay, in the course of time, the translations were written down and were also called Targum. During this period, parts of some of the books of the Bible were also written in Aramaic. For example, the part 1 of Esdra and the second part of Mosaic Law. Later, in the 1st century AD, the Gospel of St. Matthew was written in Aramaic language. Okay. Aramaic language during the time of Jesus Christ. Aramaic was the literature as well as spoken language at the time of Christ. We know more about Aramaic language during the time of Christ from the books written in this period. In fact, the pre-Christian literature was mostly biblical, but the Jewish... Okay, what happened? The Jewish historian Flavius Joseph wrote his masterpiece, Jewish Word in Aramaic. It was the language in which Christian made manifest to mankind his holy gospel, the truth, the precepts, the counsels of the Christian revelation. Aramaic is one of the 3 languages in which books or parts of the books of the Holy Bible were originally written. The Gospel of St. Matthew is written in Aramaic. The other evangelists who brought their Gospels in Greek made use of various Aramaic names, words and phrases. Most of the names of persons and places found in New Testaments, for example, Thoma, Martha, Abba, Rabba, Jehana, Rabbi, Barjona, all these were are purely Aramaic and which are retained even in Greek version of the Bible. Syriac language, the origin and development of Syria. Syriac emerged as an independent Aramaic dialect in the early 1st century AD. It started out simply as a local Aramaic dialect of Edessa. Later, it came to be adapted as the literary language of the Aramaic speaking Christians all over Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia was a part of Assyrian Empire. When this Aramaic dialect became the spoken language of the whole Assyrian Empire, it was called the Assyrian or Syrian language. In the course of time, the names Aramaeans and Aramaic were changed into Syrians and Syriac respectively. Under the influence of the Christianity, it developed considerably and eventually became the liturgical and literary language of all the churches from the shore of Mediterranean to the center of Persia. In Syria proper and the western Mesopotamia, Syriac was first used simultaneously with Greek. The period from the middle of the 5th century to the end of the 7th century was a short, shining period of the Syrian language. Syriac influenced the common people more than any other Semitic languages. If we go through history, we can see that the Syrian settlements were there in Asia Minor, India, Assyrians, and in Babylon. And in this region, Syriac flourished as a common language. The two centers of learning which helped the development of Syriac. The development in the Syriac language was initiated and fostered by two centers of Edessa and Nisibis. Edessa was a center of Aramaic culture even before the 1st century AD. Certain development in Syriac language was initiated at Edessa in the 3rd century AD. During this period, Edessa was a part of a Roman Empire and large number of Christians fearing persecuting under the Persian king. Sapor too came to this Christian center and settled there. Saint Ephraim was one among them. Saint Ephraim was founded the Christian school of Edessa. The development of the Syriac language was pushed forward in the 3rd and the succeeding center of the famous Christian school of Edessa. The Syriac developed in Edessa is known as West Syriac. Nisibis was another center which helped the development of the Syriac language. Nisibis became the center of learning after the origin of Nestorianism. The famous school of Nisibis was established by Narsai, the greatest among the Nestorian writers. He began his career in Edessa, but as a Nestorian, he has his colleagues were expelled from Edessa. They went to Nisibis and developed the school of Nisibis. The Syriac language was developed in Nisibis and it is called East Syriac. The development of East Syriac and West Syriac script. There were some progressive changes in Syriac languages in the 3rd and succeeding century. The Syriac language developed in two lines, East Syriac and West Syriac. Estrangela is the most ancient form of Aramaic script. The word Estrangela is a composite of two words. Citrum means character and Injil means gospel. The Estrangela means Bible character. This script was used for writing copies of the Bible, hence the name. It had no proper vowel signs, vowel systems. Words were pronounced according to the meaning and circumstances. East Syriac and West Syriac are two dialects of Estrangela, originated due to the division of territories where Syriac was a living language. As eastern part under the dominion of the Persian Sassanids means up to the 7th century, and western part dominated by the emperors of Greek Byzantium. The East Syriac script was developed by the school of Nisibis. It achieved permanent shape before the 7th century. East Syriac script was developed by the school of Edessa and brought to the final shape before the 9th century. With the adoption of these two scripts for common use, Estrangela The script became an ornamental script for titles of books and chapter. In fact, these two dialects are not two different languages, but are also modified version of Hispaniola. But these dialects have some vocabulary, grammar, and literature. The main difference consists of the script and the vowel system and also the pronunciation. Okay. Origin and the development of the vowel system in India. As in other Semitic languages, Syriac also contains 22 letters in the alphabet, but those are consonants. Hence, they can be pronounced only with the help of the vowels. The vowels were indicated initially by the three letters Aleph, Yud, and Vav. They were called the mothers of reading. But the system was not sufficiently defined in writing and the correct pronunciation of the words by the common people. So, later, in the system of dots was developed. It consisted of putting dots above the letter in order to indicate the presence of vowels. The system was also inadequate. In the new system, one or more dots placed in different positions above or below the consonants to represent the various vowels. It was developed in Nisibis by the East Syrians like Nasai and Joseph. The West Syrian began to use the forms of Greek vowels in the place of East Syriac dots. The East Syrian in most cases have kept the original pronunciation. Second, the preeminence of Syriac languages over other Semitic languages. Syriac was once the lingua franca of the Middle East. It means that the common language of the common people's language. It was the vernacular of the ancient and the popular nation that occupied the great part of Asia, Africa, etc. After Latin and the Greek, there is no more useful Syriac, which is not more useful than Syriac to the biblical study, theological and other history. Large number of books were written which cover every branch of activity of the Syriac people. The literary Aramaic of the Syriac is very voluminous. As the literary language of the Aramaic-speaking Christianity, it spread worldwide along with the spread of Christianity. Although the literature of Aramaic is mostly religious, it covers every branch of knowledge like biblical lore, commentaries on Bible, liturgy, asceticism, astronomy, apologetics, history, theology, etc. Peshitt and more than 150 great authors through their innumerable volume of work enriched the language from 2nd to 14th century AD. The libraries of the Europe and those of some Eastern monasteries, which are also easy access, possess nearly 3,000 manuscripts containing the great part of these works. The treasures in these masterpieces are yet to be hunted. Beside the great original Syriac works, there were numerous translations and adaptations from other languages, mainly from Greek. They include works of Aristotle and so this is enough for today. Thank you, and keep on revising, keep on understanding the concept, and have a nice day. So do subscribe to my channel so that I will bring new content for you. Thank you.